The challenge in Quebec is there's two things. The first challenge is that people here make a lot of money. Doctors earn a lot of money. So the fear level and the tolerance level for risk, like why am I going to risk my career with a technology that could potentially fire back in that they can get hacked, it's not secure. OpenAI has the information of suddenly my patients are featured on some, an AI model has learned from my, private things that I couldn't share. Now, let me tell you the reality. Most doctors, to some degree, are using AI today. Like,
Hmm.
like people don't actually care about these things, but programmers, software developers, you have no choice. So the easiest way to go about this in the environment of Quebec, to be specific, is to run a private server that is on a computer locally at the clinic or the hospital. It doesn't
Yes.
go anywhere. There is no, you don't use DeepSeek, you don't use ChatGPT, nothing. It's the actual LM language model is installed on that. So this is what I, so it, when you, this is one thing that will solve a lot of the problems that you have as a tech guy. The second problem is patient information. Let me tell you this.
Precisely.
So let's just be honest between you and me. I'm a doctor. Let's say you come to me for a headache. Do I need to know where you live, your phone number? Do I need to even know your name?
Hmm.
The
Mo-
So truly speaking, I need to know things like your age, yes. And but I don't need to know any of your personal information. So the way I went about that, when I had the earlier models of instant HPI, they were I was gathering that information. And then I presented my project to around November to the FMOQ. The FMOQ in Quebec is the syndicate of family physicians. And one of the biggest, their concern was purely like security. And
yes,
what a
precisely.
conversation, the conversation that came for innovation became like, is this secure? And let me tell you, you cannot comfort sufficiently. You cannot secure somebody that's afraid. In the back of their mind, the information, they want some sort of a guarantee. Until they get the guarantee that you tell them this is foolproof, you can't get like they can't get to you. Until they get that guarantee, they're not gonna go ahead. But just so you understand where physicians are coming from. I then went to physicians in their clinics and they told me I would use this technology. But at the time, by the way, we didn't have the private server and all that. We still had to use online models for language models. So at that time, the physicians told me, yeah, but I'm afraid. I'm afraid that this information goes outside of here. And does anybody really care? So here's the reality. When the reality behind that is that for ourselves, if you want to have a file-proof system, it's not open source, it's private, particularly private server. At best, open source. You just install it on the computer. That's the best thing. And then you make it completely anonymous. So instant HPI is completely let me show you what I mean by that.
Hmm.
So you can see here, this is the form that we will send to a patient, for example. It's like a URL. We have the link on this. This is not, by the way, and I will paste this link for you so you can try it out later. This is not the the private server instant HPI. It's connected to the web. And so this is a demo that we offer physicians. You see this button here, it says click the button to generate the identified patient ID. So this is how you go forward.